Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. I am going to show you what seems to be pretty popular according to my YouTube stats here. First off, the charts I'm about to show you, the Word documents are all from this quant analytics service that I've built out. It's 47 bucks you can get right now on a monthly basis. Get it hot while it's hot, and it's cheap because it's going to go up 30%. So let's dive into the files. Now, first thing I want to show you are a couple of things that will kind of shock you. All the data is CFDs on Oanda. I would never recommend to trade in with CFDs, but it gives you an idea of where things are in terms of just major assets and instruments out there, indices, whatever. You can clearly see this is built around the last hour by volume on Oanda. So right now, number one is Germany. Number two is WTI oil. Number three, NASDAQ, BCO, Brent crude. Number five is UK 100. And then number six is wheat. Now I say wheat for a specific reason. I'm going to show you that right now. So again, these are charts that you can find in my service, but this is really that nobody will talk about, and you're right now leaving money on the table. Look at this massive move here on wheat, 7.19%. I'm gonna go into TradingView to see if that is an actual concern here that we should have with wheat. So I am just gonna look for. I should be going to TradingView. Looking for wheat, 7 point whatever percent in the last hour. That is unbelievable. So if I look up for anything wheat, let's see if I can find a futures contract or an option or something, or an ETF. I don't know. So here we have wheat will go up and 30. Just looking for any trading ideas here. Maybe there might be some news in the market, but the point is that wheat is up for whatever reason. Just see if there's any news items here. Just under generally, maybe there's some announcement or something. Know your markets. Wheat, Australia wheat export forecast by 18% as drought hits supply. So there you go. So this is the sort of thing that you will, supplies drastically decline. This is in the last few hours. So this is why you'll never see this as major top line news of where you're missing out. You're essentially leaving money on the table because if I run this, I can see why this is doing really well while you're making pennies literally on these Deutsche, NASDAQ, UK. But look at wheat. Wheat is just crazy, and no one's talking about it online right now. So that's missing out. Now, another thing I want to show you is we can confirm it is in here. If you have not seen this, this is the rank, my overall CFD rank of Oanda CFDs. Now, we don't care about volume or any of that, but just trading opportunities. All we're using CFDs because CFDs are major instruments you can find throughout the globe, and what are the current star performers, as you can pretty well call them. So what I've done is I've sorted everything by slope, and look at what the big performers are long term. Hong Kong 33, Japan 225, India 50, then NASDAQ. And then China 50, Deutsche 30, US 30, and then UK 100, 200. So if you were trading right now, just focusing on the US markets, the indices, you would definitely be losing out on these other star performers. And you could trade those within ETFs or whatnot to get that kind of star performance. So let's do some comparison. So I think the best index right now, long term, was the NASDAQ 100. Let's see if I can find anything NASDAQ right now. So we are looking at NASDAQ stocks, iShares, biotechnology, multi. See, I don't focus a lot on equity. But let's just leave it at that. But these are your star performers right now. But let me just look up Hong Kong 33, HK 33. That's okay. So is it Hang Seng Index Futures? I guess the Hang Seng Index. Let's check that out. And we'll check it over the last month or two. So this may be one of the better stock indices in the world right now. Top three, it looks like Japan, 225, India 50. So I'm just doing this to verify. Of course, there's been these protests or whatnot over the last week. But let's do a look at year-to-date, 1 year, 5 year. Doesn't give me any intraday data. Eesh. So that's Hang Seng. Let's say futures, CFD. Okay, let's try this one. Otherwise, I'll go over to well, let me just do it in any case. So I'll go over to Yahoo just to show you what's going on here. So we already identified that intraday wheat is being missed out on by a lot of the news. I mean, this is why you probably want to use a service like what I've got. That's a big move. So if I look up Hang Seng, I don't know. You lose faith in a lot of these things. So anyways, I'm going to dump this right now. But right now, these are your star performers if you held on for long term. Surprisingly, China's up there, but it does not surprise me that these Asian indices are doing well. Germany as well. I think these are more defensive plays as the U.S. markets come off. UK I'm kind of surprised with as well. But we can go deeper than that. Okay, hang on here. Okay, so these are the reports that the service will show you. But if I was to load up some of these reports that get generated, okay. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. I don't know what's tying up this computer once again. What can I kill? I can kill that. You know what? Unfortunately, this system is just useless. They kill off the Firefox here. Ouch. Unbelievable. Oh, here we go. Okay, finally. So, let's see what we can work with here. Alright, hopefully this will work. Okay, so this is my CFD long. And right now what we've got here is the number one projected asset or instrument that could go for long term. The group volatilities in line with looks like this is the only one for the long term. Okay, let's go over to the other one based on trend. Now I'm taking out the volume as a factor for now, but I just want to show you, and as you know, I only focus on the long term or the top 2 or 3. So right now, as a defensive play, what we've got here is the volatility on this group here that's listed right here. This batch right here. The group, well, there's no group volatility, but number one, we have U.S. bond at 30-year. Here's our buy signal, and it is moving up as the markets are possibly on a long-term decline. Here we have the overall trend down, but it's above trend. There's not a lot of movement here, very little. This is going to be one of those buy and hold situations, probably. As you can see, here's a lot more negative returns. So for as long as the U.S. markets do well, this will go the opposite direction. But this looks good for 6 months. Yeah, you can see the price here has moved up quite a bit in the long run. He's using traditional technical analysis. So we've had a good run up. This is not too bad for the long-term opportunity. So what's our next? Okay, so we have a 10-year going up. So the 10-year bond, 30-year bond is definitely a play. Now it's overvalued, but that's where the money's going. Looks like that's where the capital is definitely going on based on trend. UK as well. This is a 10-year bond, or it's called the gilt. So those are your top three right now based on trend. Let's see what else we got here. 5-year bond. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those long-term moves. Very interesting. So you know where the market's going. You would think it's gold. I did talk about gold and the silver ratio, but I'm not seeing it. Wheat is done well intraday. 2-year bond we're looking at. So these are your top assets over the last long term. Wow. But once the U.S. debt situation becomes mainstream news, which it is, but where it starts becoming a catalyst on the negative side, then you can see what's going to get hit. So 10-year bond is doing well. Jeez. See anything else at all based on trend? So it's all U.S. Treasury. We got one UK as well. 10-year bond. It's all doing quite well. Let's see what this one is. Okay, so Deutsche has been doing fairly well. The Deutsche 30-year, Deutsche 10-year bond as well. I'm surprised that the UK bond is doing better than Germany. So it's all bonds. All bonds. I'm really surprised by this. Boy, oh boy. So it's all bonds, UK, British. Okay, so here we go. Finally, we got gold. So it looks like Treasury, the UK, and the German outperforms the gold. Interesting. And then we have agriculture is another one I'm very interested in as well to hold. But look at this. These massive big up moves. As long as there's the negative news that we've been getting over the last couple of weeks, months, it's just out of curiosity to see what else we have here. So gold, Treasury, all the bonds. Look at this, Australia, top 200, not as strong, but it's trending upward. So the Australian market is doing okay. Wow, very interesting. Again, these are long-term plays. So what else we got here? Gold. Now here's that gold-silver ratio I talked about. It's not as strong short-term wise as gold, but You can see all the negative. You got to be very careful with this. If the U.S. markets do well, this will definitely go against you. But again, this is more long-term buy and hold. So what do we have here? What's this one? You would think, look at China. Look at China's doing really well. Surprising there. It could drop off, but it's trending up. So China and Australia on the indices side. Very interesting. Okay, I think we got one more here. Or do we? So again, you can get this from my analytics. India, I forgot about India as well. So not as strong, but there are your long-term plays. Very interesting. Thought I'd put that out, and you can see why these could be potential long-term safe havens, especially U.S. Treasury, depending upon the news on the debt level, Japan, UK and Germany as well, on top of Australian markets as well as China. And those are quite surprising. As I shall talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Got any questions, just comment away. Later.